Hello everyone, welcome to ABC Interactive English. I'm Mike.
I'm Rainbow.
And it's day 2, part B of
saying goodbye again.
Saying goodbye again, that's right.
Yesterday. It's different though today.
It is. We're going to be saying goodbye to a different type of person in your life. Yesterday, it was all about classmates.
Yeah, which is sad.
That is sad. It's often at the end of an important part of your life, like high school or college. It usually happens around the same time of year, right? In the
like
late spring. Before the summer holidays, you graduate, you say goodbye, and of course you're probably saying goodbye to like 10, 15, 20, 40, 50 friends, people you've known for a long time. You're saying goodbye all at the same time. So it can be really difficult, really emotional. Today though, we're looking at something that might happen later in your life when you have your career, when you start your life as a working person. You will at times say goodbye to your coworker. So that's what we're looking at today. Now this will probably happen many more times than graduating, right? Because coworkers will always be coming and going through your career. And I guess it's a little bit easier because you're only saying goodbye to the one person usually at a time. You often have a bit more time to do it. You're not at the graduation ceremony and your parents are there and you're like, I gotta say goodbye, I gotta go. You can say goodbye to your coworkers a little more slowly. You can go out for dinner with them. People often do that kind of thing. So we're going to be looking at a different kind of saying goodbye, but one that is just as common and in many cases just as important and emotional as saying goodbye to your classmates. Today, part B, saying goodbye to your coworker. You're not going anywhere, are you?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, so we don't have to. We're just going to read about it. We're not actually going to do it. That's good. Let's check it out. Brent and Michelle are at her farewell party.
So, today's your last day on the job. I bet you're super excited.
I am. I'll be able to really make a difference at my new job.
That's great. But just so you know, you made a difference in our department.
That's very kind of you to say.
All right, so saying goodbye, part B. Today we are saying goodbye to a coworker, to your coworker, as the title there says. So this is someone you work with. You could be saying goodbye to your colleague, saying goodbye to your workmate, someone who you basically work at the same company with, work at the same job as.
Yes, and so the first sentence we have Brent and Michelle. These are coworkers. Brent and Michelle are at her farewell party. So Michelle's leaving.
We'll miss her.
Michelle.
I always liked Michelle.
So first word we have here is coworker. Coworker. So here we have the word that starts with co. C-O means together. And worker, as we know, is a person who does something. So coworker, the person I work with. So here Brent and Michelle are coworkers. They also might be friends, but first they are coworkers. So these are people who are in the same office, maybe the same department or another department, but in the same company.
That's a very good point. Coworkers are people who usually work in the same office, the same company, something like that. But you're right, they might have different jobs, right? The boss and the secretary, they're coworkers, but they wouldn't be colleagues. That's another word that we might use. A colleague is more like someone who does the same job as you.
Yeah,
so
same department.
That's right. So one doctor at a hospital who's a heart doctor might call another heart doctor at a totally different hospital, maybe even in a different country, a colleague, because they basically have the same training, they have the same kind of job. But we often use these words in the same sort of way. And it's a farewell party. That's what we're going to be talking about here. Farewell is just another way of saying goodbye, right? It's kind of a formal way. I will say farewell now as I am leaving to go home. But generally we would say goodbye. You could call it a goodbye party, but more commonly we would call it a farewell party. So that's the kind of thing they're doing today. So, what was his name? Brent? Brent is going to begin the dialogue, and he says, so, he speaks to Michelle, so today's your last day on the job. He's kind of saying, that's the situation. Wow, it's kind of interesting. And then he says, I bet you're super excited.
So excited. You know, people are always excited to go on their next adventure. And especially if it's a work situation, sometimes you're probably not sad because maybe you applied for a better job, so you're going better places. So maybe different from high school where, oh, I'm sad, I'm done. Maybe for work, you're like, yes, I'm finally done with this job. Michelle says, I am. I'll be able to really make a difference at my new job. So we have here the phrase to make a difference. That just means to do something that affects many people. So maybe Michelle is going to do bigger and better things, so affecting different groups of people or working with people that she really wants to work with. Maybe that's different from her job right now. She bets it's gonna be great.
Yeah, and of course, Brent knows that she's looking forward to this job. She was probably excited when she got it, and everyone's heard this news and heard the feeling that Michelle has about it. So that's why he said, I bet you're excited. When we're talking about bet here, we're not talking about, putting your money on a game in a casino or mahjong or, playing cards or something like that. Here, we're just kind of saying, I expect. This is what I think. If I was you, I'm quite confident when I say, you're excited, aren't you? Or I bet you're excited. I would be, so I'm thinking that you are too. And she is, right?
Yeah, she's very excited
about
to make
making
a difference
at her new job. I'm kind of interested in what she's going to do. But anyways, this is all good news. Even though she's leaving and Brent might be sad, of course, he's still her friend and he wants her to be happy. So he says, that's great. But he adds, just so you know, you made a difference in our department. She said she's excited to make a difference in her new job, but he said, well, when you worked here, you made a difference too, right? We were really happy, and when you were working here, things were better than before when you weren't working here.
Oh, Michelle says that's very kind of you to say. That's nice that you say that. So here we have the word department. So we find out, how do Brent and Michelle know each other? Well, they work in the same department, and that just means the place where people do the same thing. It's like a department, a unit, a group of people. So if you have a department, for example, it could be the Department of Marketing. So everybody here is marketing, or a department could be sales department. So whatever department you're in is whatever group of people doing the same job that you're in within an office. And they are in the same department. So Brent says, I appreciate the work that you did in our department. You made us great. You made us different and better.
Absolutely. Of course, we have departments in big organizations like big companies, just to sort of break it up so the workers doing the work are all near each other. And in some big companies, you might not even know many of the people in other
the department's too big.
Right? Sales, marketing, accounting, human resources, things like that. So obviously, they worked very closely with each other, Brent and Michelle, because they were in the same department, which also means they became friends, which also means that explains why Brent is feeling sad. Let's take a little break, and then we'll be back to find out more about Michelle's new exciting job.
You gave me a lot of valuable advice, and I'll never forget that.
I learned a lot from you too.
I wish you all the best, and don't be a stranger.
Thank you. I'll see you around.
Okay, so we're at the office farewell party for Michelle. She's leaving, going off to a new exciting job. Brent, her coworker, soon to be her ex-coworker, her former coworker, is telling her how much she meant to him and how much he enjoyed working with her. He said that, she made the company better, right? She made a difference when she worked there. And I think he's also talking a little bit more personally, not just about the company, but about him and his relationship with Michelle. It's clear that they were friends, but also good coworkers. As Brent says next, you, speaking to Michelle, you gave me a lot of valuable advice, and I'll never forget that.
Aww.
Oh, okay. So she was kind of a mentor, we might say. So more like a senior, wiser coworker who helped Brent. Maybe he's a few years younger, new to the job, but he really found that her guidance, her teaching was very valuable. Now, when we use this adjective valuable, we often think about things being valuable, expensive things, or things that mean a lot to you, right? My diamond earrings are very valuable, or this picture of my grandmother when she was a young lady. Oh, it's very valuable. I'll always have it with me, or something like that. And we can talk about other things as being valuable too, things we can't touch or sell. Friendship is very valuable. Your health is very valuable. Love and good relationships and things like that. Those are also valuable. And advice can be valuable too. You can get a lot out of someone's advice, for sure.
Yes, and advice means the information that somebody gives to you, like a suggestion, what you could do. It could be an experience or how to deal with your problems. Advice is coming from somebody who's maybe a teacher, a counselor, a mentor, like Mike said. It could be a doctor. It could be a person who's more experienced than you, a senior at work. So advice comes from people who've been there and done that and experienced something that you have experienced, so they're able to help you in some ways. And we always really thank the people who give us advice, because even though they might not remember it, advice is something that could really help us a lot when we're stuck or when we have a problem that we don't know how to deal with. So we would never forget those important words of advice.
That's right. So this advice was very valuable, and since Brent is a smart guy, he won't forget the advice. He also won't forget how much Michelle did for him, and he won't forget Michelle herself. Because if you forget something, it's information that was in your mind, but now it's gone.
You don't remember it.
That's right. It's kind of the opposite of to remember. If you remember something, that information is locked up in your brain, and if you need it, you can grab it. If you forget something, I knew that before, but
I don't know it anymore.
That's right. That's why we study for exams, because we don't want to forget things when we're supposed to write the answers down. If you forget the answers, you'll get a very bad mark. And of course, if you forget people, you'll be like, how did I know
What was your
you?
name?
Where did we go to school together?
Have we met before?
That's right. I don't remember your name. I don't really remember your face. I've kind of, to use the past tense version, I've forgotten about you. Yeah, forget, forgot, forgotten. Those are the two past tense verbs. But he won't forget her. He will always remember Michelle, and he will always remember the great advice that she gave to him.
Actually, Michelle feels the same. Michelle says, I learned a lot from you too.
Okay.
So sometimes, we can give advice to someone, but the words we share can actually help each other. So Michelle won't forget Brent either.
That's right, of course. I wish you all the best, Brent says, and don't be a stranger. So it sounds like they had a very good relationship. When he says, I wish you all the best, that's kind of like saying good luck, right? I hope for good things for you in your new job. I hope your life is great. And don't be a stranger. He throws in that little phrase there. That basically means stay in touch, right? Don't become a stranger. Don't become a person I don't remember, or don't forget about me.
Thank you, Michelle says. I'll see you around. So here, see you around is the same as, we'll catch up soon, or see you soon, or I might meet you. Yeah, see you around. Just if we happen to meet, we happen to meet. And I guess we will also see you around very soon,
Absolutely.
For sure.
We'll see you tomorrow, in fact. So don't be a stranger. Definitely not
See you
this
around.
time. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Brent and Michelle are at her farewell party.
So, today's your last day on the job. I bet you're super excited.
I am. I'll be able to really make a difference at my new job.
That's great. But just so you know, you made a difference in our department.
That's very kind of you to say.
You gave me a lot of valuable advice, and I'll never forget that.
I learned a lot from you too.
I wish you all the best, and don't be a stranger.
Thank you. I'll see you around.
Hi， 大家好，我是 Stephanie。那我们今天一起看单字。第一个单字呢是 department， 名词，部门。My boss introduced me to everybody in the department。我的老板把我介绍给这个部门所有人认识。第二个单字呢是形容词 valuable， 宝贵的。Grandma gave me some valuable advice for growing vegetables。奶奶给我一些关于种植蔬菜的宝贵建议。第三个单字呢是 advice， 名词，建议。I really need your advice on this。我真的需要你的建议。最后一个单字是动词 forget， 忘记，遗忘。那它的三态呢是 forget, forgot, forgotten。Vivian forgot that she has a meeting this afternoon。Vivian 忘记她今天下午要开会。好，接下来我们一起看今天的文法。第一个文法呢是 I bet that 加主词再加动词，我敢肯定……bet 原本的意思是打赌，那你都敢打赌的事情，表示你很确定哦。所以这个用法呢 ，bet 是动词，确信、肯定的意思，后面会接完整的子句。它是比较口语的用法。举例来说，如果有一个朋友和你分享要出国念书的喜悦，这时候我们就可以说 Congratulations! I bet you can't wait to study abroad. 恭喜你，我相信你已经等不及要出国留学了。第二个文法呢是 make a difference， 带来改变，使……有所不同。Difference 是名词，差异、不同的地方。比如说 The invention of the electric light has made a big difference in people's lives. 电灯的出现对人类的生活产生了很大的影响。最后一个文法呢是 just so you know， 让你知道一下，跟你说一下。我们再更清楚地了解一下这个用法。Just so you know 会用在当某个人提供一项资讯，可是这个资讯并没有义务要提供给你的时候。我们想象一个情境，比如说有人想要偷偷提供某个明星的小道消息给记者知道，他就可以说 Just so you know, the singer will be at this restaurant at 7 p.m. 跟你说哦，这位歌手晚上7点会到这间餐厅。那记得这个用法后面呢会用逗号和主要子句隔开。好，那这就是今天的讲解。See you!
Founded in 1999, the Botanical Garden includes 8 outdoor exhibition areas, a tropical rainforest conservatory, and a special exhibition hall. The Botanical Garden is free, and you only need to pay NT $20 to get into the Tropical Rainforest Conservatory and the Special Exhibition Hall. It's fun to see what it's like to walk in a rainforest. The Amazon River Fish exhibit in the conservatory has the biggest freshwater fish of the Amazon River. There are feeding shows at 3:30 p.m. every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. You can also see poison dart frogs and piranhas. Visiting the Botanical Garden is always great fun. During the day, you can check out the Botanical Garden. At night, you can sit outside and enjoy the beauty of the big butterfly model and the Tropical Rainforest Conservatory.
See you next time!